This one.
Great.
Happy July, everyone. It is July, which means everyone's traveling. So we have kind of a smaller crew, but we are here and we have a few things to share. We'll start with our oils though. So if you have an oil close to you, we'll start with our protocol. Put a couple drop or two in your hand. Do some deep breaths along with us. I got Aroma Touch today.
Me too.
Ooh. And if you want to, you can follow along with me. Put your hand over your heart. I'm doing the best that I can. I'm doing the best that I can. I'm doing the best that I can. One more big whiff. Hey, and Felicia just joined us too. Oh, good. I love that. And Felicia's super into Aroma Touch. I've been using it a little bit more since we were together last. So yay, I'm glad you hopped on. All right, I'm going to share my screen and Nick's going to start with a little DIY. So let me make sure I actually have the right slides ready. And some other stuff up earlier for school. Here, let's start at the beginning here. Sorry. Slideshow. There we go. Sometimes my computer's slow. And take it away, Nick.
All right. Hopefully my family cooperates with background noise. I wanted to share my favorite after sun relief. I think it's better than the one that doTERRA has, but I did have a little extra too much sun this past couple weeks, and I did try the doTERRA one. I felt like that one, for me, like I felt like sticky after.
Oh, yeah.
But so this one I love. So just in a little 2-ounce spray bottle, I fill 20 drops peppermint, 20 drops lavender, and 20 drops of frankincense, and I just top it with witch hazel. If you don't have witch hazel, you can use water, and then it's just a nice cooling, after a long day at the beach and you're all hot and burnt. And then by the next day, I'm not even red anymore. It's completely good. But I'll continue to spray for the next couple of days just to help my sunburn. But yeah, that's my favorite after sun relief spray.
Nice, Nick. It's funny because I kind of feel the same. Like I feel like when I don't always use peppermint and frank, which I should, but I am such a lover of lavender. I feel like that straight on the sunburns too is really it'll help it heal a little faster. But some of us sometimes are lazy and the spray is so convenient. So
The peppermint really does help with the cooling effect. When you're hot and burnt and you're just hot, so it helps to cool you down. Yeah.
Makes sense. And then the frankincense making it so powerful. And then witch hazel is a funny thing. I feel like I just got into understanding what it was, but it's something that helps things dry faster, right? Kind of like not an alcohol, but it just helps. It doesn't stay as quick on your skin, or it absorbs really fast. So then it's not.
I like to use that too, just as a face astringent,
Ooh, nice. That is a good tip. Very cool. We'll definitely make this. I want to make this already. My daughter's doing paddling camp and she has a sunburn right now. We'll have to give it a go tonight. All right. Thanks, Nick. And the funny thing is, right after this, I have the slide for our after sun stuff. So if you are lazy and don't want to make a DIY, then you can go and jump on if you haven't yet. All three, I believe, are still available for 30% off. I adore the face sunscreen. I use it constantly every day, and my kids love it too because it's so light and easy to apply. And then the body one's great for easy application at the beach, that's for sure. So yes, don't forget to grab those, everybody. And then the Rose Duet, I read that it's 75% sold out. So if you want to buy the set, jump on and grab it. If you want to do the singles, then do that too. I myself love the moringa oil, rose oil. So I got a few of those and one of the rose sprays because I don't know, I just love the oil so very much. But yes, don't forget to do that. All right. And then so sorry Ed, that you're not feeling good, Auntie Sherlyn. I just saw that. And then how is this face one different from the stick? The face one is much lighter. So it's like a daily one that you can put on, and because the stick's kind of thick, which is good, and it's good for when you're out in the hot sun. But the face one is almost like a daily sunscreen. So I put that one over my moisturizer, and then I put my makeup on top of it. It's super light. And even when we're in Disney, I was putting it on my arms too because it works just as well. And it's just it just dries really nicely. Anyone can jump in and add on to that, but yeah, I love it. It might not be water resistant though, which is what the stick one does have. All right. I was thinking about this call. Everybody's vacationing and I was in charge. So I thought, what do I want to talk about business wise? I feel like we're all kind of in the middle of summer, about to get back into the craziness of school. And I thought, you know what I need right now is I need to revisit my routines and habits because you know, school's about to start and I'm going to get back into my routine, which I do kind of miss. I do have a routine now, but it's, you know, summer. It's just different because the kids are home and school's not as intense as it usually is. However, that's changing. So I decided to choose this topic to revisit routines and habits for both our health and then also our businesses to help just kind of set us back on track. Because we do have our big life change happening for lots of us, not all of us, with school starting up again. So the three things we're going to talk about, just routines that help fuel our performance. Hey, sweetie. As well as habits driving our consistency and growth, and then self-care, which is not selfish, it's strategic. So either grab a notebook or a post-it note because I'm going to have you create a couple of things that you want to work on starting this week, and just have something to write down so you don't forget what you're thinking for each of them. So we'll jump right in. And the first one is kind of just overview. When we are following our routines, whether that's consistent sleep, exercise, healthy eating, that makes us have a foundation of great physical and mental well-being, which makes us, you know, have more energy, focus, patience, resilience. We can be there for our people, whether those people are your children, maybe your grandchildren, maybe for work, for your doTERRA business. We want to be at our peak performance. So keep those oils and things in your routine, whether they're Serenity for sleeping or using your Breathe in the morning, or getting your balance on your feet. I used to be really good at that. I have not been doing that. And of course, don't forget your LLV, but take note and maybe put this in the chat too. What's one product that right now you're super consistent with using? Like it is one of your you never skip it unless something's really off. And then maybe one product that you need to get back on track with. And you can also unmute if you'd like to. See if I can open my chat. Don't be shy. I'm really consistent with using, I'll share mine. I'm super consistent with Serenity and my LLV, everyone knows that. But I definitely want to get back on track with using my balance on my feet each morning. And then I'm off and on with using my frankincense around my eyes, just like Ray has had and Miley with so much success with their sight. So take a quick note. I don't see anything in the chat. Hopefully you're writing out in your post-it note. Oh, here's Bernice. Yay, thank you. Bernice says LLV, DDR, Meta Power Trio consistently. Oh, yay, that's a powerhouse. Want to use the oils, Frank, for some infections. Yes. Frank, feel like I'm using more and more of. I have a couple bottles around the house, so that is great. And then Nick's super consistent with her LLV. Good job. And then Ray's super consistent with her LLV, PB Restore, Terrazyme, and all the Meta Power Serenity Copaiba. Oh, yes, you have a lot of consistent usage. Oh, yes, PB and Terrazyme too. And then Ray too. Oh, yes, your Euro Palm, Frank, and Veggie Cap. Awesome. You guys have a lot of great routines. Oh, yes, 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 yes. I have to be honest, I stopped taking PB Restore for a moment because I didn't have any. So I'm back on track though with that this week. I know it just was weird. And then I didn't have to order and I was like, I'm gonna order next time, and I kept forgetting, but yes. And then Nick says I want to work on, oh, where did that go? Applying anything onto my face consistently. Yes, 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 yes. There's so many choices with our essential skincare line and our oils, even the Moringa Rose. That one's so nice on your face. And then anti-Sherlin, consistent with LLV, deep blue polyphenol, turmeric, bone, DDR, and PB Restore. Good job. Better with Terrazyme. Oh, and bone nutrient. That's something I got to get back on track on too. I usually am like, it just depends on what's up in my cabinet right there. So thank you for that reminder. That is something will be on my next order. And then Ray says she wants to use oils to dry brush. Yes. I haven't gotten into that. I keep always wanting to do it, but I haven't. Awesome. Okay. Keep those in mind tonight. Hopefully we can make some goals with that. All right. So the next one is about habits. Habits drive consistency and growth for our businesses. So here's a long list, and I know you guys have heard this list of things that we can do for our business that can become habits. Sometimes it's hard to make them habits, especially when your kids are at home and life's getting crazy, you know, and everyone's just off track. But coming to our calls, checking your back office daily, sending LRP reminders, suggesting to people what they might want, or what they would need for their health, knowing who they are, calling your account manager or business development team, following up with customers, looking for ways to just meet new people, finding opportunities in your day-to-day use with your products, just to use them around other people, sampling and connecting with people authentically. So yes, these are definitely some things that we can make better habits. So maybe jot maybe one or two down that you're like, ooh, yes, I do this sometimes, but I could do this more, or I'm not doing this one at all. So maybe on your note pad, you can write that down on one of these business habits that you want to improve on and add to your habits. And I wanted to just revisit this idea. I know we've heard it many times and have thought about it, but sometimes we don't do what we should be doing, me included. So habit stacking, we've heard it before, is where you are taking a new habit and attaching it to a habit that you already have. So for example, if you brush your teeth in the morning and you want to, let's say this example is do 10 jumping jacks, or maybe you want to use, put that balance on your feet, or go take your bone nutrient like I need to be doing, or like Nick putting some oils or products on your face. You could put that product right by your toothbrush. So then every morning you remember to do your teeth, and then you do that new habit that you are doing. So it makes it easier to remember, of course, and we like that. But do remember, it takes 21 days to create a new habit. So for this to happen, you need to have that belief in yourself that you can do it. Nick, She says it is next to her toothbrush. Okay, let's pick a different one then. That habit is not stacking. It's unstacking. Maybe put it like by your bedside before bed. That's been helping me with a couple things. I have my Frank there. I remember sometimes. But yes, habit stacking is a great thing to do. And we know this, but we don't always do this. So keep that in mind for that habit that you just wrote down with your biz and or that product you want to use consistently. It's probably because I have too much. Probably. Let's add that to the list too. Clean the counter. Sorry, you guys are making me laugh. Well, talking about that counter. So I saw this on Instagram and I sent this to a couple of my leaders and I thought it was great. These are just these 6 different techniques to help us get done, which is important because sometimes we do have to do things and get it done and be more efficient, because sometimes I get, down the rabbit hole of Instagram or just off task that I shouldn't be doing something else, maybe Netflix. Those are my 2 worst things that waste my time. But yeah, I thought these were great. You can kind of look at each of them. One is the Pomodoro technique. List your tasks, set a 25-minute timer, do as many as you can, focus on work, take a 5-minute break, and then repeat that 4 times. So then you're getting a lot of work done and just moving forward. The 3-3-3 technique, spend 3 hours working on an important project, complete 3 shorter urgent tasks or meetings, or do 3 maintenance tasks to keep life running smoothly. The next one, the Eisenhower matrix, just a way for you to organize what you should be doing or scheduling or delegating or eliminating based on things that are not important or urgent or not urgent. And then the next one, I have heard this one before. I love it. Eat the frog. Do the hardest task first. The rest will be easier. So I do like that method. And I often actually do that because it does make life a lot easier if you do the hardest thing, or if you have someone you have to call and you really don't want to do it, just eat the frog and do it because you'll feel way better. And I love this quote by Mark Twain. If it's your job to eat a frog, it's best to do it first thing in the morning. And if it's your job to eat 2 frogs, it's best to eat the biggest one first. So yes, I love that metaphor. And then we have this Seinfeld strategy about setting a goal, marking a calendar each day that you do it, and keep the streak as long as you can. Never miss 2 days in a row. Yes, do this with your chores. I like eat the frog. Yes, exactly. It does make me feel like I've accomplished something important. And then that Seinfeld strategy, I love that idea of never miss 2 days in a row, because of course stuff happens, miss a day, but not 2 days. So that could be with that business habit as well as your products that you're using. And then time blocking, which we've talked about a lot of times, but this process, identify what needs doing, group similar activities together, assign time slots for each task, plot blocks on a calendar, stick to the schedule, take breaks between, and make changes as needed. So yes, keep any of these in mind. Hopefully they kind of help you as you move forward, but think about maybe one that is really speaking to you right now. All right. And then my last just reminder is that self-care is not selfish, it's strategic. Life's about to get really busy. So remember that when you do self-care, it's a strategic investment in your health and wellness. And it also helps you lead your team. It helps you be a better mom, a better grandma. It just helps you be a better person in general. So you definitely want to be strategic about doing these things. So might be using your oils, might be putting some great Tagero palm serum all up and down your body. Maybe it's going to diffuse something. Maybe it's painting a picture. Maybe it's going in your hot tub because your husband cleaned it. That's my self-care this week. has been really nice. Maybe that's too much information, but yes, just having a little moment to unwind and take some deep breaths, excuse me. Using your Palm eye masks if you have them. And I'm reading back here, we have lots of frogs to eat. Yes, these are hopefully good reminders that we want to be doing this. So write down maybe your favorite self-care practice that either maybe you have been doing or you have not been doing, whether it's even just having a cup of tea, you know, at the end of the day with nobody around. Maybe it is with Netflix, who knows? But do have those moments because we have to make sure our cups are full before we can help others. All right, so last, to wrap it up, I want you to kind of think back. We talked about those the routines, we talked about habits and some self-care. So I want you to choose one of those things you wrote down or you thought about moving forward with. And yes, Ray, notice my, sorry, I got very distracted. Yes, sometimes I don't pronounce my word correctly and I said deep breaths instead of breaths. Thank you for finding me doing that. Okay, coming back to this, I'm apologizing. Obviously, we're a little silly on our team. Choose a product that you want to use more consistently, maybe self-care, maybe a business habit, maybe one of those techniques that you want to try to use this week. So take a moment, you have your list, and I want you to text somebody on this call, anybody, what that goal is for this week as you are moving into August. It could be a self-care, it could be a business habit, it could be a product. It doesn't have to be a business thing if you don't want that to be. It would be great though, because we do want to get kickstarted with that. But it can be any of these things that you're really thinking, hey, I want to get back on track with this, or I just need to get better at doing this. So I'm going to give everybody a minute to do that, including myself. And text someone one thing that you want to work on this week. So we want them to help you stay accountable to yourself. If you want to share that idea in the chat, you can. If you don't, that's okay too. Mine is to use more Frank around my eyes and my wrinkles because I'm 44 now. And also to reach out to my customers, current customers, more in a meaningful way. Those are my two. Ray says DMO, even if it's by myself, because I really want to connect with people. Youngin, thank you, thank you. Ooh, 44. Hey, it sounds like a big number to me, okay? Right, Nick? Oh, it's making me laugh. Okay, give me did everyone text someone? Okay, now let's set a reminder in our phone that we're gonna text the person tomorrow to see if they've done it, maybe tomorrow night. So we give them a whole 24 hours to see if they did it, if they habit stacked it, who they reached out to, or whatever their goal is related to that. So we'll set a reminder on your phone to text that person, whether it's just maybe this week, that is up to you, but we need each other to hold each other accountable. Yes, Ray. Okay, let's do that. I'm gonna set my alarm to do that for tomorrow. Da, da, da. Let me find my thing. my reminders. Actually, I've been putting everything in my calendar and it's been working better for me lately. I'm gonna say tomorrow night at 9, I'm gonna say 8 p.m. Okay. All right, that is actually all I have for tonight. But I just wanted to, yeah, keep it light, but also keep it, remind ourselves we have these great products we want to be using to keep ourselves healthy. We have a great team. We have so much to offer other people. So we don't want to get, I don't want to say lazy, but you know, just get off track. It's kind of what I've been feeling. So I'm ready to get back, get back on the horse again. I'm going to say that correctly. My husband always teases me that I always say those phrases, those idioms wrong. So I got it right this time. Oh, very good. Auntie Sherlyn says, what's a good time, Nick, to text you in the morning? She needs help using the sun products. Yes, put your sunscreen on, everybody. That's a good one. All right. Well, thank you, ladies. Thanks all for coming on. And Jai joined us later on. Hopefully, Jai, you made a little bit of a, you heard most of it, so you could make a goal for moving forward this week. I've been loving you doing your live videos on Instagram. I think that is excellent. Keep them going because then I can share them. Oh my goodness. All right. Well, thank you all for showing up for yourself. I know summer's a funny one, so I'm so glad you're here tonight. Hopefully you got a laugh or two from our silliness. All right, everyone. Good night.
Thank you. Bye.
Thanks.